Hey guys, Chef Jason, your Ace Hardwaere grilling expert. Today, we are gonna make these two beautiful tomahawk steaks outside on the Traeger grill. Now, we are not gonna go low and slow, and we are not gonna go hot and fast. We're going right down the middle today. We're gonna do an intermediate cook on these so we can get them done a little bit faster. Yes, we will sear them off a little bit at the end. But yeah, let's head out first, and we're gonna start the grill while these guys warm up just a tiny bit. We'll see you back here when it's time to do our prep work. We went ahead and topped the hopper off with those Smokey Woods Ultimate Blend pellets exclusively right here at your local Ace. We're gonna set today's temperature at 350 degrees. We'll go ahead and hit ignite, and we are ready to go. Let's talk ingredients today. I've got two beautiful tomahawk steaks. Now, I know your first question, what makes it a tomahawk? See that bone right there? A tomahawk steak is 5 inches of rib bone or longer. These came in at about 6.5 inches. Absolutely perfect. We have a beautiful 2.5 pound ribeye steak as well. Now, we took these out of the fridge about a half hour ago, so they had a chance to warm up. Now, today's seasoning, you know, we have a lot of different rubs and seasonings available at your local Ace. We're gonna use a little bit of barbecue love today from Kendrick Barbecue. My buddy Benny's got a great all-purpose rub for you, and we're gonna use that today. Hey, every good rub and barbecue project needs a great binder. We're gonna use a little bit of bacon grease today. That's gonna help stick to the steak. It's also gonna help the rub stick to that, and it's gonna give a lot of flavor as well. We're getting ready to cook. One of the first things I want to do is go ahead and load my probe in there. And basically I'm looking for the center here and the middle here. So I want to load that in. That way it's done. I don't have to worry about it when it's time to cook. So we'll get that out of our way so we're not distracted too much. Now, I want to take a little bit of that bacon up, maybe about a half a tablespoon on each steak. And then we're just going to rub that around. What'll happen is it will soften a little bit and then it will stick. So we're pretty solid on that. I just want to flip this guy around a bit and make sure I get all of that covered nicely. Hey, and they'll do the same thing on this side as well. The binder is on. We're gonna go ahead and season these guys up. You know what I always say, season as light or as heavy as you want, but I kind of like to pack it on there just a little bit too, since we have that beautiful binder helping everything stick. And then we'll just go through this and get this number one guy all seasoned up here. Whoa, 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 hey, don't forget that side over there. Don't forget that, get everything right. You're gonna eat that whole thing, might as well season it. All right, and then we're gonna let that sit. Now the Traeger is started outside and it's warming up. While it's warming up, we'll let these guys sit, but get these all seasoned, ready to go out for a little grill time fun on my Traeger. All right, the grill is preheated at 350 degrees. We have steak number 1 loaded, and I am going to add steak number 2 up there on the top. Now, the cool thing is we're gonna keep them up here while they slowly grow that internal temperature. I'm not even gonna come back and check on these guys for about a half hour. My desired internal before we bring them down here, sear them off, we're probably looking at about 110. So we'll come back in a half hour, check them out. Now that we have the steaks loaded, you can see our Traeger is climbing back up and recovering. We're gonna go ahead and add that probe in there. We're gonna set that temperature at that 110 mark. Hit confirm. Now we'll be able to see this on the Traeger app. Okay, here we are right after that 30-minute mark, and you can see we're already sitting at 93 degrees. That's the beauty of the Traeger app. I don't even have to open the lid. The best part is, too, look at that over on the screen. I can see the temperature of my probe. I can see the temperature of the grill. Absolutely easy. We're gonna leave it alone now until it reaches that 110 degrees, and then when it does, we'll show you the next step. All right, our temperature alert went off. We hit 110 internal. Now it's time to move those steaks down onto the lower grate. And next up, we're gonna turn this up to 500 degrees, finish these off. We're gonna go 3 minutes aside and see where that gets us for temperature, but hopefully we'll be right at that 135 degree range. 3 minutes aside, starting now. Okay, we turned the Traeger up to 500 degrees. Once it hit 500, we started that 3-minute timer. This is after 3 minutes. Oh my, look at that. Time to flip these guys over and give them another 3 minutes on this side. Currently temperatures, we are sitting at 125 degrees internal. I think after another 3 minutes, we are going to be spot on right at 130. Let's go. Well, there we are right after that 3 minutes on the second side, and look at that. We are good to go. Let's take those guys out. We'll get them into the kitchen. Here we are right after that 15-minute resting time. You know that's so important because that is what helps these juices redistribute and give us an amazing steak. Speaking of amazing steak, what about that right there? Well, there you have it, a little bit over an hour to get this done, right? We didn't do low and slow, we didn't do hot and fast, we did intermediate. Came out an absolute perfect medium after an hour and 6 minutes of cooking time, 15 minutes of resting time. Now, I know what you're thinking, man, I wish I could multitask and get a side dish done while I was doing these tomahawks, and you can. So stay tuned, I've got a great video coming up for you that will allow you to get a little bit of time savings when you cook your potato wedges with your steaks. That video coming up next.